welcome and thank you for watching episode 4 of Nice Cans. I am Thomas Mergel with Headbanger GTFO, and this is the August 12th edition of this show. Now, it was pretty slow today in the metal news. There's only about 3 things I care to share, and one of them came out late last night. So, first bit of news will be the new Scale the Summit single, Kestrel, off of their new album. What is the name of the new album? I don't know. Can't find it. V or 5. Either way, so V or 5 will be released September 18th on Prosthetic Records. And Scale the Summit is an amazing instrumental prog band, so be sure to check that out and pre-order it. You should have this. They're amazing. And next up is Rotting Christ, streaming their entire new live double album, Lucifer Over Athens, over at metalunderground.com. So the link will be below for that. I got about halfway through it, and Rotting Christ is really good, and this really does them justice for their live show. The production's really good, the music is crisp, and the vocals sound really good as well. So go check that out. New double album. It's them performing live. It's good stuff. And let's see, over here at Decibel Magazine, we have the Philosopher's Blade streaming their new song. Behold the Monolith streaming their new song, Philosopher's Blade. Sorry. And it's really cool stoner doom from Los Angeles, and I haven't listened to the full album quite yet, but it's one of those high on my list priorities for a review and listening. That's pretty much it for news, but that's not all I have. I recently did a survey over there on. I asked a question on Reddit, on the metal subreddit. I also asked this question on Twitter, and I also asked this on my personal Facebook page and the Headbanger GTFO Facebook page about metalheads are usually gamers as well. So I asked the question, which game soundtrack is your favorite? And some people listed 1, some people would list 7, but I really just, it was kind of hard to kind of crunch all the numbers together and come out with a winner. But out of the entire survey, I finally got the numbers together, and here we go. I'll read these off. Number 1, the game that got the most votes total was Halo. I actually own the Halo soundtrack on disc, so I know how good that is. And it wasn't really getting much votes at first, but Halo won first place out of all this. Close behind at number 2 is the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, and anybody who has played that game knows the soundtrack. The fights with Genova, Sephiroth, and that entire thing is just magnificent. So it got number 2. Number 3 was the Mass Effect soundtrack. It got many votes for the first Mass Effect. So I actually haven't played that series, so now I'm a little even more interested in playing that. Sorry. Just came back from Worlds of Fun, and allergies. Whew. Anyways, okay, so after Mass Effect, we have Castlevania and the Symphony of the Night. Masterpiece video game on the PlayStation. And this is actually tied for 4th place. It's a 3-way tie for 4th place. It was Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, the original Legend of Zelda, and then the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. They all tied, and I can see why. They're all really good. And then we have another, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-way tie for 4th place. And this will be the Halo 3 soundtrack, Bastion, another game I haven't played, Doom, the original Doom from PC. And this was the Bobby Prince soundtrack, not the other stuff done by Aubrey, I think his name was. He redid a bunch of stuff for PlayStation and Nintendo 64. So this is for the Bobby Prince soundtrack, the original Doom. Next up is a game I'd never heard of before at all. It got a massive amount of votes, and I decided to look this up. I watched Markiplier play it and a couple other YouTubers, and it's Hotline Miami. Never played that game. The soundtrack was pretty nice, and I now really, really, really want to play that game. Chrono Trigger, also one of the ones tied for 4th, and the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So next up, this would be for 5th place, and it's another 5 to 6 way tie. Faster Than Light, Final Fantasy VIII, which is good, Dark Souls, Quake 2, which yeah, that's a good soundtrack. Metroid Prime, it's so good. I'm surprised I didn't get much more votes. And then the original Mega Man. And I will link all of this on the Headbanger GTFO Facebook page for those that are interested. There's an entire list. It goes on and on and on and on. There was 131 games that were brought up. So I went through all those and counted them. So if you care to see that list, I'll link it below and you can read more. But 1st place, Halo. 2nd place, Final Fantasy VII. 3rd place, Mass Effect. And with many more massive ties below. And then those are just single games. And I tallied up all the video games for a series. And the entire Final Fantasy votes won that series. There was a ton of votes for Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It seemed like the 6 through 10 got the most votes out of the entire series. I think Final Fantasy 2 came up once, as well as Final Fantasy 4. But a series as a whole, Final Fantasy has the most amount of votes, with Halo being 2nd place and Zelda being 3rd, which, you know, I don't blame you. Legend of Zelda is awesome. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and commenting, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.